In 2022, Wisconsin's GOP lawmakers passed a law requiring all drivers to replace their license plates every 7 years. This law was touted as a way to improve road safety by making license plates more reflective and secure, and it passed with near-unanimous support. The idea was to modernize the state's roads and make it easier for law enforcement to do their jobs. However, the situation has taken an ironic turn. While the GOP consistently advocates for smaller government, this law has created an additional burden on both the Department of Transportation and the public without proper funding. The DOT requested nearly $6 million to implement this new mandate, which includes not only replacing old plates, but producing new ones that meet updated standards. But in a recent vote, Republicans on the Joint Finance Committee approved only $825,700, just enough to cover replacement plates, with no funding for new production. This raises a bigger question. How can a party that claims to support smaller government keep finding ways to grow government oversight and make life more complicated for everyday people? While they're quick to deregulate big business, they're equally fast to impose laws like this, which increase the complexity and cost of daily life for Wisconsin residents. Without adequate funding, the cost of this mandate may be passed along to Wisconsin drivers in the form of higher registration fees or taxes. If the state doesn't appropriate the full amount, taxpayers and motorists will ultimately foot the bill. Democrats have voiced concerns that this creates an unfunded mandate, forcing the DMV to make cuts or charge drivers more to comply with the law. Senator Howard Markline and other Republicans argue that the issue should be taken up in the state's next budget process, but in the meantime, the DMV and the public are left in a bind. This is yet another example of how government overreach can impact people directly, making routine tasks like renewing your license plates more costly and time-consuming. In the end, while the GOP talks about reducing government, their actions here speak differently. This law, without proper funding, risks increasing our annual expenses and complicating our lives further. As this situation develops, we may see higher costs passed down to us, the drivers, all in the name of government-mandated safety improvements that the government itself refuses to fully fund. Stay tuned to Sheboygan Life for more updates on this story and what it means for Wisconsin drivers.